Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Vintage Story. That's right, I'm back. For that, I deserve to say hi. That's right, you can actually emote in this game. It's a little bit clunky in the current version, but at least there are emotes in there. If you wanted to see what they are, just bring up your chat by typing T or even slash, and you put in slash emote. And then it'll tell you in the chat what your different emote options are. So you can see what it is that you want to do. You know, in this case I did wave. If you want, you can do, nod. Yep, right. It's pretty good. So I just thought I'd share that with you if you're, playing with friends on a server or something like that. It's just a lot of fun. So as you can see, my crops have been doing quite well, but I've just been leaving them. And as it turns out, it's kind of a bad thing because the crops will then just continue to soak up the nutrients in those things and potentially, like start over. I don't really know 100%. Like the berries could drop. I did get some horsetail in here. So I am thinking I might harvest these, just not quite yet. I did make something to harvest them. And that is in the form of one of these suckers here. Yeah. Let me show you this. Look at this. It's huge. Of course, I've got a torch in my offhand. Let me take that off. Put that over here. And you can see I'm just kind of like, I don't know. This thing is just tremendous. I mean, when I click on it, nothing happens. If you click in the right area, then it will. But, yeah. It's just really impressive to see. It doesn't do a ton of damage. Like one might think with a giant bladed tool, but it's not really intended for that. I do have several tools already, and I do have lime. For those that don't know, I did some searching. I did searching long in many directions. Thousands and thousands of blocks. North, south, east, and west, not to find much of anything. But upon completing that, I found a survival goods trader that actually wasn't too far from my house. I don't think it's that way. No, this one here. And they were selling for some gears, some survival goods, which, as it turns out, they were selling 16 lime each for, or a stack of 16 lime for gears. I don't remember how much exactly. It was last week that I did this. I was just too excited at the time. I was like, oh, I should be recording this, but I didn't. So there you go. Just, you'll have to trust me on that one. But I did. I spent my gears, but I had enough gears left over that I was able to get one of these. A black bronze long blade. Oh yeah, it's got some serious durability, a lot more damage than my copper sword, though I do have some extras up here for when that thing breaks. But that was really nice. It was really, really nice. I also got a bunch more saplings and stuff like that. Anything else that I forgot? Oh, I did start this curing. It's at 77% cured. Turns out I need 6 pelts that have been cured from rawhide with fat. So you just take like a medium rawhide and a lump of fat in an inventory grid. It'll make an oiled hide, which then you have to wait long enough for those to start turning into pelts. I hear little raccoons probably over here picking berries. I didn't even think about that. I've got these ones over here that are not protected. I don't see any raccoons. Doesn't mean that I don't have any though. I might actually have some critters. Oh, I'm starting to take damage. I'll show you what's going on with that in a second, but I do have several rabbits down here currently. Just leaving them there for now. They're not hurting anybody. But you notice I have some food in my inventory here. 1,680 saturation. Your meter only is 1,500. So this is good stuff. It is meat stew. Basically 4 pieces of just regular meat in there. And yes, it will only increase your protein, but still it's fabulous for when you really want to, bulk up, I guess. I don't know. I did put things in here. I've got saltpeter. I've got bone meal. I don't have potash. I have yet to find any. But these things will both add to the ingredients in here, I think. Let's actually take one of these out. This one increases, let's see, potassium, which is K, the most. And then this one here increases phosphorus, which is P. the most, and both of them will just increase, the nitrate, I think, in there a little bit. Which, the reason I'm saying this is because I planted all these, I harvested them all, and then I replanted, and I replanted in the same spots. So yes, there's horsetail here, which is great. But you can see here, this is still at 4 of 7. Everything else is pretty much grown up. This is at 11 of 12, 9 of 12. So these are getting close. But each of these are a little bit struggling, like the carrots. They're doing a struggle. And in this case, they need K. As you can see up there, it really doesn't have much of that nutrient in each one. So let's see, which one is it that increases the potassium? And that's going to be saltpeter. So if I take this, it should help to increase the, get these back on track with growing. I don't know if I have to hit the plant. Yep, that just did it. I can just click right on here and add a little bit on each one of these, and that will help. I'm going to put some here, some here. I mean, it's not, slow release nutrients, you can see at the top there. Okay, 44% now. So that's really going to help it out a lot. I don't know if I can click a second time. Oh, crap. Yeah, I can. Okay, yeah, that's for when you're in a big hurry. I think these ones, I'll add a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. I mean, I don't have a lot of saltpeter. I got it downstairs. Soybeans, these are important. These need to grow. There we go. That used up the last of it. But I got it down in the dark depths while I was exploring. And it's, well, now going to help grow my crops. But there's a potash is the other one that helps increase your, I think it's the nitrate levels, the N as it is, but you'll find those elsewhere. So I thought that was worthwhile. You might also have noticed that I have since added a stairway up here, and a lot of the trees have disappeared because I started, if you look at the mini-map in the top right there, setting up a little bit of like an outline of what I would like my house to eventually be. I've just got a couple trees I plan on chopping down, but I just planted them up there for now. This is the basic outline. I'm going to start just by doing this in this little entrance area. I was planning on having it go downstairs because it kind of hangs over here. I was thinking it would be nice to have like the walls go down all the way to this area and kind of connect and have like a little basement going on with that, or at least a side entrance that's at the floor level that you can just come up from instead of going up this stairway as it is. And I originally had it 2 stairs thick, but then it was right next to this, and I didn't want critters jumping up over the fences and getting to all the foods and stuff. And oh, there's the raccoon I was seeing earlier, cute little trash panda. And you'll notice here, dry farmland. Yeah, it's not really going to grow very well because it's 1, low fertility, and 2, dry. It doesn't have any water. Well, I made a watering can. How do you make one of these? You just sit down with some clay, and then you kind of pat it out, cook it, and then you can just right-click on water, and it says here 100% full. It's pretty darn cool, and it lasts a lot longer than I thought it would. But here, actually, I'm just going to jump across. You can see I will pour on here, and it is now, there you go, moist farmland. If I look at the side here, moist farmland, low fertility still, but at least it's keeping it moist, and you have to do that like every day if you're in an area that you don't have water for. So if you don't want to have water down the middle, you can water your crops, which is pretty darn cool. It's very and of course I can water from a distance here if I want. Do this. Yeah, they're both moist. They might have already been moist, I don't know. But if you look, I still have 84% left. And I ran that much longer than I absolutely needed to. But if you want to be a little bit more hands-on with your farming, that's definitely one way that you can go. It's by, watering your crops yourself instead of just leaving the water block in the middle to, automatically moisten nearby blocks. Something like that. So, what are we working on today? Well, I now have lime, and I put a bit in here, by the way. Just instantly adding it into the water, it just turned into lime water, just like that. So I was thinking I would work on trying to get some leather working going, and it's a bit challenging in and of itself. But I do have more of the hefty red meat stew, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I've got tons of extra veg in here, so I'm not really too bothered about that. But I also wanted to get the armor set going. And as this is 84% cured, I wanted to go and see if I could find one more resin, because I don't think I have any in my inventory. No, I don't. And then with that, we should be able to get our basic armor set up. I mean, right now I'm wearing improvised body armor made from wood and grass. And, whoa, that's kind of weird how that hovered there. But if I look here, I've got, there, some resin down here. I was thinking I could go visit that and grab probably one more, because it's been a few days since I've been over there. And once I get that, then we can make this extra armor, and most likely the last piece of leather will have cured, and therefore I could probably just use that. So I'll be back once I have that last piece of resin. Okay, so I lied. It was actually a much quicker trip than I anticipated, but I can still get everything but that set up. So let's grab this. I'm going to need the resin. I'm going to need the pelts that were already cured. I'm also going to need a whole bunch of wood, I believe. You know, just like firewood. Let's take a look at the armor. Just look up armor in this. It actually, everything comes up as armor. It's really nice. But it is this stuff, the lamellar, made from wood. And it's just a bunch of firewood, some pelts, and some resin. And each one has different quantities for how it's set up. So let me go grab a little bit of firewood, which I'm pretty sure I've got a little bit here. If I hold shift, or if I just right click, I'll take some. If I hold control, I'll take entire rows. So it's much quicker that way. As you can see, you can also place it down in the same way, where you press shift and control at the same time, as it says there. Add firewood times 8. So let's actually do the armor here. I need to bring up my inventory. We'll do this to start, and this. There we go. Body armor, which is actually the most important part. The rest of it is all just kind of nice. But let's type in armor so I can see the recipe for the rest of it. We want the head as well, which is going to be at the top. And we're going to put some of this wood over in the other ones. There. And then it needs to be reversed. Okay, and that's enough to make a helmet. And then it's the boots that I'm actually going to be short on, because that's going to require 2 of the pelts, and I only have 1. But it essentially is just going to be, let's see, 2. I can do this, really. There we go, like that. And then 2 pieces of resin. Oh, I might actually be short on resin too. I might have to go get another piece. But either way, I've got it all. It's just a matter of time before that's ready. Oh, I do have the other piece of resin. So there we go. And then I can put this on, and it'll be a lot better than my current stuff, but worse in other ways. You notice right now, everything says 100%. My saturation's full, and because my nutrition levels are pretty high, my health has increased as well. I'm up to 24 health, which is I think I had started with 15. So let's put on the helmet, shall we? And we'll see what happens. Oh, percentages all drop except for hunger rate, which increases, so I get hungry faster. Everything else goes down. Put this on, and it goes down even further. So that's a potential bad side of wearing armors, that each time they're going to have these minuses to them. They don't really have much for a benefit except for protection. Flat damage reduction, in this case, a half a hit point per hit. Same thing with the helmet, and of course the boots. In my experience with wearing this, playing on the server play, the armor is great, but your body armor is pretty much where it's going to take a lot of damage. So I'm just going to put this up here for now. We'll worry about those in a bit. And I'm going to try and get into a little bit of leatherworking. So, alright, so typing in leather in the survival handbook like one would normally do. My primary objective is to get a leather backpack, or several of them in fact, considering that I've got just these cloth bags right now. The leather backpack, I've got 2 for each one just to make that. So that's a lot of it, but it will require strong tannin, prepared hide. The strong tannin I already have over here. That's just oak soaked in barrel twice. Basically, you soak oak in a barrel, and then it makes weak tannin, then you do it again, it makes strong tannin. But it's the prepared hide that's going to be a problem. Whether it be small, medium, or large hide, it doesn't really matter. It just, changes the quantity that you make. But you need weak tannin plus a scraped hide, which obviously weak tannin isn't too bad either. Scraped hide is going to be a soaked hide with a knife crafting. That's actually probably one of the easiest parts of this. But how do you make a soaked hide? Well, this is where you get the lime water. Lime water plus regular rawhide, which is freshly harvested from some kind of critter, will take 2 of those. So, I'm going to take a bunch of my, let's see here, lime. And in fact, I will grab a whole stack of it here. Why not grab 2 stacks? And I'm going to grab a whole bunch of leather. I have a ton of rawhide of the small stuff. The bigger ones tend to be used for more recipes, so I'm going to try and use the small stuff so that I don't need to worry about it as much. And thankfully this torch up here has really been nice for adding light layers, or light levels around this area, which is really fantastic. So I highly recommend if you find those, the torch holders, you grab them, because it's a really easy way of getting things set up when you don't have access to like your lanterns as of yet. So let's look in here. I currently have some in here. I don't know if I can add water into it. No, I can't, because it's already had some in it. But what if I put some in here? Let's do 30. Let's actually do 40, because that would be enough. Can I? No, 10 liters of lime water. Okay, doesn't matter. So if I just seal it, I can do that. But otherwise, if I put this in here, okay, 10 liters of lime water, 1 times rawhide small, will turn into 1 time soaked hide small after 20 hours of sealing. What if I put multiples in there? 2 times. How many do I need to put in there? Okay, maybe not that many. Let's take this, put them in one at a time. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, looks like it was 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so as it said in the instructions, 2 times lime water will make this. So that's going to make me 5 pieces of leather. It's not really worthwhile in this case, but that's all I had done when I did that. I was just too excited. I wanted to try and see if it worked, and it does. So therefore, I'm going to grab some boards. Let's put this down here. Grab some of these and make some barrels. What is it for a barrel again? I can't remember. Barrel. Oh, that's right. It requires sticks as well, of which I don't have a lot. I think I've got my reserve in here, so that's going to have to do. Let's do this, and then put a bunch of boards down the middle. There we go. 1, 2. Actually, I can only do like 2 at a time, can't I? Yeah. So let's take these boards, because I don't think that they can actually go anywhere else. Put them in there for now. And then I'll keep the sticks on me for the moment. There we go, because I'm running out of space. So let's take and put a bunch of this here for now, I guess. And yes, I went back and got this. I also started putting all my mob drops in here. I've got 2 temporal gears and 10 metal parts, which is great. Once again, I can't really do much with the transporter out there because, as we discovered, I'm stuck underneath a sheet of what is it, quartz, I think. I could probably keep mining and eventually find my way out, but I don't know that it's worth it, right now at least. Let me grab this. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So that's full. Let's grab a little bit more and set this down. And then we can put in a bunch more of the lime. So let's try 16. I don't know how much it's going to need. Is it? It's 1-to-1, isn't it? If I remember properly. So that would be 1, 2, and then minus 4. That would be 50. Right there. There we go. 50 liters of lime water. Great. So then I could take all of these rawhides, put them in here, and I've wasted a whole bunch of lime. Because, oh man, I didn't even think about that. It's important that I follow how much is needed in here. So what if I do the medium or the large? Let's see how much I can make from this instead. H for this. Ingredient for soaked hide. which is 6 to make 1 for the large, which then... Okay, soaked hide, make scraped hide, prepared hide, and that still only makes 1 piece. So it's worthwhile to make the smaller ones in this case. So I'm going to put the big ones away, because they are going to be needed for specific recipes. And I will just be happy with the fact that I have wasted a whole lot of small leather in this one. So make sure that you're only doing it according to how many pieces of leather you have. I don't think I wasted too much, because it's a 2 to 1. So I'm missing like 3 pieces that I probably have in here. But anyway, let's seal this. It'll be 20 hours of sealing, and then that should be good. Now, I also realized that I'm going to need a few barrels with some weak tannin, so I'm going to be making a little bit of those as well while I'm thinking about it here. Let's do a couple of these. Come on, I can do this. 1. There we go. So I've got 2 of them right now. Yeah, 2 barrels at the moment. So let's put one over here, and then grab the other one and put it here. And then I can grab my barrel. Actually, you know what? It's still pretty dark here. I feel like we need a little bit more light to work with. It's not raining, so I might as well put one out. There we go, and then you guys can see a little bit better. Go figure. Do a bit of this. There we go, and then that one's done. Back and forth is going to get me dizzy. That one should be done as well. Yep. Okay, so next I just need to put some logs in there, which I've got logs in one of these chests here. I need to put signs on here. This was my mistake, is that I did not put signs on any of the chests, and therefore I don't know what is in each one. Let's do 8, 9, 10. I thought it was... How many does it require? I thought it was 4, 5. Oh, it's 5. There we go. So I didn't need as much as I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I can seal this. And that'll take 24 hours as well, because we're going to need the weak tannin for some of the leather processing as well. This will give me a couple of weak tannin, 4 of the heavy tannin, and a lot of the lime stuff as well. There we go. Put this away. Oh, and I've got more sticks in here. I didn't even realize that. Well, lucky me. Now to put some of this down. So sneak, control, and you can see you can put entire layers down at a time. Pretty simple. So all I need to do now is put away all this lime before I get way too greedy and happy about having that. Check my inventory for this. Oh, that pelt is done. So, oh, that's only 1 pelt. It was this one. 100% cured. Pelt. Cured. It's still oiled hide. Okay, so it'll, any moment it'll probably switch over, I'm guessing, to being a pelt from... Oh, there it goes. Yep. It was at 100%, which is actually 99.999%. I think it was just like rounding up or something. But I've got enough wood now. I should be able to do that. 2 of those. 2 of those. There we go. Legs. Yay! And the reason I want to do this is because I actually have a better chance of surviving a wolf attack. Yes, you have a possibility of outrunning a wolf, but often if you come across a wolf in the middle of the night, they are in your face already, and you don't have that option. So this gives me that extra few seconds of survival. Plus it helps if you're down in the depths, which I have been lately, fighting some of the baddies out there. And that can be really taxing. So I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so I've got a base set up here, but it's going to be a little bit more challenging because most of this granite stone brick slabs and the granite stone bricks, as well as the granite cobblestone, it's all looted from different ruins. So I'm going to need to like demolish more ruins because it's a lot cheaper to make that than if you were to make it or grab it than it is to make it yourself. The reason being, let's see, granite slab. Alright, let's just look up slab. Might be a little bit easier to find that way. And then I can find some of these blocks. There we go. Granite stone brick slab, right? Well, it's made with mortar and stone bricks and yeah. Well, mortar is made with lime, yeah, and bricks are made with a chisel and stuff. So it's much more beneficial for me to actually just kind of steal it from the other ruins. At this point, I mean, no one else is using them, so I might as well make use of it, right? But at the same time, I was thinking I need to have a floor up in there. I don't have a ceiling yet, but I was thinking I would probably make this like a 2-level, or at least a really tall room with like a nice chandelier in the top eventually. But I mean, for now, I'm just gonna have to do it how it is. So let's grab a little bit of, can I grab these? There we go, just grab a whole lot. Because I'm gonna need a lot of this oak planks. Let's just grab all of this. For making the, what did I only get a stack and a half? Wow. Alright, the planks, which I think, is it 4? Yep. And that's oak planks. And then in order to make oak slabs, what is it for that? Oak. Because that's got to be cheaper, right? Oh, it's only 2, so it's half. Okay. So then let's grab all these together, and let's actually just do a whole stack, like this. Get oak slabs, and that way I can get double the coverage. For that, because that's only like that's 32. That's not very much. I was hoping to get like an 8x8 area, but I guess I'll need to use more wood in this case. Let's do this. Get a little bit more coverage. I also have some, I mean, this looks kind of crazy right now, but I have enough slabs here that I was able to do like one window. And then have this up here. I'm not sure if this is how I want it. I mean, yes, chiseling is turned on here, and I haven't made a chisel yet. So I don't know. But I am going to need to clear out this and put down a bunch of these slabs. I also have, let's actually grab a torch right now, put it in my offhand. I have this, a wooden crate for kind of like the entrance, which I kind of thought was pretty cool. It kind of gives it like this little wooden mat look to it, but it's different from other textures like oak and whatnot. But I'm going to dig up this entire floor, and then I'm going to replace it as much as I can with these oak slabs so that I can have a nice oak floor inside. And as you can see, as I've been digging out this floor area that I've made, yeah, it kind of has this bit of a hangover, or this, yeah, part where it kind of hangs over. And I was thinking I would eventually bring this wall all the way up and have maybe, I don't know if it's a spiral staircase or just have a ladder coming up, and maybe I'll have the cellar underneath here. I mean, it would make sense. There we go. It's looking better already. And thanks to the carry capacity mod, I can therefore just do... Oh, actually, I better put a torch down now that I think about it. Let's put one down. So otherwise it's just going to get really dark really quick. Put this here. I can pick this up. Move this over. Same thing with this. Because if I mine out the blocks underneath these, they just fall. So let's just do this. And then if I really wanted to, I could put some trapdoors in the middle, but I think instead I'm going to have this here, and then I can have the trapdoors go off on the side over here. Oops, here we go. I was thinking, you know, I've got this spot in front of the window. That might be a good spot for it, because it is right over here. Let's grab the torches here, put them in my offhand again. Come on, there we go. What is the best spot for this? Oh, I was thinking it might be over here, because if I go straight down from there, well, that's still within that little area. That would work. And then I could have it just like ladders going straight down on the inside of this wall. Yeah, that's not bad. And then we can put the trapdoors against there. Ha! Yeah, but I need to work my way up. So let's test a theory. What happens with fall damage with water? Is it reduced? Alright. No. It's not reduced at all. That hurt a lot. Oh, that hurt a lot. Alright, let me just grab all this stuff. I'm going to go grab a few more materials from up top. Build my way up to this section, I think, with some of the granite cobble, so that I can at least have a ladder up. Alright, so I don't know if this is going to be the end material that I go with here, being the granite cobble for this area. I can't even reach that. Great. Alright, well, let's just pillar our way up then, shall we? I've got some ladders with me, and they are key and very important for, for travel. I only have 18, so I can only use so much. At the moment, I think I'm going to put a couple up here, which means it's less likely for animals to be able to get up here, or even bad guys at this point. But if I go up, good thing is you can just let go. I'm not even hanging on to anything on the keyboard here, and I'm able to get up this. And I can put these in front of myself, provided I'm not taking up the exact space where these are. You can actually like back yourself forward and back again, just to kind of give yourself a little bit of that extra space. But there we go. If I can do this all the way up, I don't know that I have enough for it, but I guess we'll see. You don't actually have to go all the way up, because you can stand on the top rung. And you can even space these out. You could have like spaces between each of the ladders, like ladder, granite, ladder, granite, ladder, granite, and you can actually make it all the way up from that. But I think, actually, this is a little too tall. This is not what I wanted, so I'm going to chop down this one, and there goes my handy-dandy copper axe that I've been hanging around with for a while now. So if you look here, just by the good thing about ladders is that they're excellent for exploring in caves. Because look, I'm backed all the way up against this. I'm pressing forward right now. I'm not falling because I'm standing on the ladder block. I press sneak and I go down and I stop. You know, it's just a lot of control on ladders. You can see all the junk underneath the floorboards. Alright, so let me go down here. I think what I want to do is actually back up over here. Do I want it to go down or up? I guess down is okay. Then I can have one here. And I've got this way of getting down the ladders, which is cool. There we go. A way of getting up into the new base as it is. Just like that. Cool. And then I can run down here. So I think I'm going to grab my torch before it gets put out by some kind of rainstorm coming. Close this, and then we're going to go take a look at the leatherworking stuff, because I'm pretty sure it's close at this. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, there's leftover. Oh, it didn't get wasted. Yay. So I've got 5 of the soaked hide here. Oh, but I've got an inventory full of stuff. So let me empty my inventory out real quick, and then we can proceed with this. Alright, so inventory is looking much better now. So let's take some of this soaked hide out. 5 and 22 makes 27. That's quite a bit. And I've got a little bit of lime water left over here, which is great. I don't feel so bad now. Oh, I didn't waste any of the lime. It's just still there. And what do I need to do next with this? Let's hover over, hit H, and then it needs to be turned into what? Scraped hide, which created by, yep, in here. Wait, what? Scrape. Ingredients for scraped hide. Alright, which is made with a knife. Do I have... I've got a brand new knife. Look at that. Scraped hide. Bam. Well, that used up a lot, but that's alright. There's not a lot of durability on those things. So then ingredients for prepared hide. Oh. Which then needs to go prepared hide, or the scraped hide, plus weak tannin. Alright, so it's a 2-to-1 ratio here. So I can take 1, 2. There's 50 liters in here. Seal that up. That actually said that it was the right thing. And this, yep, we can seal this up, and I'm sure we'll have some left over as well. Prepared hide small after 3 days. Oh my god. Okay, so leatherworking takes a while. In case you didn't already notice. I don't see the dudes over there. But you'll notice that I have a lack of invaders. It's probably because I've got a bunch of lights just about everywhere. In fact, the area that I see them the most is down here. With the little trash panda that I've got. I've been just killing them as they pop in there, but it's not bad. It's just very sad seeing up there being so dark right now. But it won't be too long before I can take down this and move everything up there. Maybe I'll get myself some kind of flat wood roof for now before I add in a second floor. But I think I might also go exploring. You can actually see on the minimap now it's kind of looking a little bit more interesting at this point. But I might go exploring and look at like this ruin here and just like demolish that. Got this massive tree looking thing here. We've got ruins here and ruins here. We've got ruins underneath, underground as well, but they don't have as many like slabs and stairs in most cases. Usually they're just some kind of room, but sometimes they do have some things that are more interesting. But I'm thinking I'm going to grab a bunch of these. I do have a brand new pick, but I don't need a pick to grab that stuff. Let's see, do I even have any more picks? That's another sword. I've got so many swords. I was thinking I might make myself another pick, but I guess I will just wait for that, because that'll just take a while for that to happen. I'm just going to run up here, drop off some stone, and then I'm going to go out and explore. Oh, hello! Look at you! Heck, I'm just going to set you on fire and make you run away, because I don't really care. Get out of here. All you got to do is back up. One. Yep, and then you don't get hit. You don't even need armor. Sometimes they'll just miss. Come on, why aren't you being set on fire? Get out of here. You're not welcome up here. There you go. Now you know that you're not welcome. Oh, let's put this back in my hand. I know, I could have used my sword that whole time. Sorry. And with that, I'm going to be doing a lot of harvesting. I've already been gathering a whole lot of slabs and whatnot, but I haven't been finding any of the brick ones on the surface. I might have to go down underground, but I guess we'll find out in the future. As I've also been gathering a whole bunch of peat, as you can see here. I've just got a little bit in my hand. I've been gathering a bunch because I'm getting tired of chopping down trees, and you know, I figured I might as well take advantage of some of what I have at hand. But I'm going to be gathering a bunch of these resources so that the next few days go by quickly, and then perhaps next episode I can actually put some of that leather to use in the form of probably just some new knapsacks, you know, backpacks instead of what I've got now. So, if you guys have been enjoying the series, please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, be sure to come visit us on Twitch and help us to spread the mischief to others. Till next time, folks, I'll see ya.